Hey everyone, Humble Trav here. I want to bring you a tutorial on how to film your camp, and I'm going to do a section in the beginning here for keyboard and mouse, and then we're also going to do a more advanced tutorial on photo mode, using photo mode. So let's get into the keyboard and mouse section. So you're going to want to go to your pause menu and go down to settings, go to game, go down to your look X and Y sensitivity, and turn those both all the way down. So now you're going to want to go into the display, turn your depth of field all the way off, and your field of view, set it to around 90. Now this is for keyboard and mouse. So I'm going to go down here and we're going to look for HUD opacity. Turn that all the way off. Okay, and this is going to be a walkthrough tutorial for keyboard and mouse players because I know you really don't have a lot of control with WASD and FreeCam. So I'm just panning slowly up, and you're just going to do slow pans. You're going to go walk over to your next section, do a slow pan, and I edited out me walking in between these scenes. And this is going to be how the best way, in my opinion, for keyboard and mouse players to film your camp. So just a nice slow pan from right to left. And you might have to play with your FOV a little bit, but you don't want to have it too high because what's going to happen if you have your FOV too high, above like a 90, you're going to get a fisheye effect where it almost creates like a fish bowl when you're panning. So as you can see, I'm just panning slow and steady from left to right. You might have to do a few pans. Like I want to show the top shelf, the top of the shelf, and then I'm coming back for another pass through on the bottom. You know, don't be afraid to take multiple angles, Just nice and slow and steady, best you can. I suggest turning your mouse DPI down a lot in Windows, and if you have a button dedicated to, is it DPS or DPI? I forgot. I think it's DPS. You want to turn your mouse sensitivity down in Windows as well. Alright, so let's get into photo mode filming now. Your field of view, like I said earlier, is important to turn that down some. Your camera speed you also want to turn down. And then your depth of field. So what this does is it blurs out images in the background. So you see those trees off to the right there. If I turn the strength up, those trees start to disappear. But for most purposes of filming your camp, you're going to want to have depth of field completely off. Now, show player, you can make your character visible or invisible. Brightness, saturation, you can turn this up some to make colors really pop, but if you go too high, the reds will look very not natural. So you could turn it up a little bit. You play around with filters. You could play around with the filters depending on what style of video you want to create for your camp. The texture, you can make it like film grain, and blurry if you want. You add different stuff. So the frame category. So you can add like little photo mode frames or logos. You can have you a nice thumbnail. I'm actually going to use this for our thumbnail in the video here. So you can move that Fallout 76 logo. You could change the color. And to get rid of the photo mode menu, press X at the bottom there. I want to give a shout out to Dazzmead, and we're going to use him as an example on how to film in photo mode here. So he did a really phenomenal job in filming this, giving us different angles to really show depth to his build and the geometry that he created here in this build. So he's given us different angles, nice, smooth and steady, no jerking, no flicking. He's using a bumper technique here where he's elevating his camera up using the triggers, Really nice and smooth here. Showing off the roof, the chimney. I really like how he goes in the grass here. It gives it just a nice mood to the video, with the music he has playing. And just different angles, showing how tall his building is. So now inside, I want to point out a few things. He used different times of day, like day and night cycle, show off his lighting in his camp, and that's important to do. You want to show off how you lit up your camp, you know, so give it a day cycle, a night cycle. You know, you might want to wait for a rad storm or for it to be raining or something. Really, really smooth transition from right to left there. Nice slow pan. Slow and steady is key. This is how you film. Couldn't have done it better myself. See how he's using both thumbsticks here to create that. He's moving with his left thumbstick and then also keeping his camera pointed at this little scene here with his right thumbstick. Now he's going to use the trigger technique here in a second to show how many levels of his camp he has. Really nicely done, Daz, and I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'm going to leave a link down here in the description to Dazzmead's video as well as Moonlight Cowboys video on how to film and edit on PlayStation. And also, guys, if you want me to give you a tutorial on how I edit my YouTube videos using CapCut, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'm going to love you, leave you. Have a great day.